Welcome to IELTS Energy TV. I'm your teacher, Aubrey Carter. Today you will learn some resources for becoming familiar with Canadian accents. Today we're talking about Canada. I love Canada. I lived in the province of Quebec for a couple of years, and that is where I first discovered my love for teaching ESL. I taught English to a couple hundred students while I lived there, which felt like a lot at the time, but pales in comparison to the 5,000 students who have been through the 3 Keys IELTS course. This course is so effective because it was created by an examiner. It saves students time and money because once you have the 3 key strategies, you're able to get the scores you need, get past IELTS, and move on with your life. So we invite you to come check us out at allearsenglish.com/keys so you can get the scores that you need. We have YouTube videos explaining why it is important to prepare for accents, and Jessica has posted videos with resources for British and Australian accents, but one of our subscribers commented asking about Canadian accents. You could hear a Canadian accent in the audio of the listening section on the IELTS exam, but the good news is it will be fairly similar to our accent here in the United States. However, there are definitely some differences. When I first moved to Canada, I noticed right away that they say a lot of things differently. They have different names for things. For example, in the United States, we call knitted winter hats beanies, and Canadians call them toques. They also have $1 coins that they call loonies and $2 coins that they call toonies. Now, Canada does have different accents. Most Canadians will tell you that Alberta has an accent and Toronto has its own accent, but they're subtle enough that many English speakers just think of Canadians as having the same accent. Most Canada natives have what's called Canadian raising, where the diphthong in how is raised before S, T, and other voiceless consonants. For example, in words like about and house. For most Canadian accents, about sounds like a boat. But in Toronto, it sounds like about, while in Western Canada, it's about. For words like pasta and Mazda, they will say the first sound with the short A, like in cat. They would say pasta, Mazda. And they'll also say it's not far to the car, instead of it's not far to the car, which is an expression that you'll hear a lot when talking about a Canadian accent. There are a lot of good resources if you want to get familiar with these differences. First of all, movies. Wayne's World and Strange Brew are two of my favorites. Strange Brew, especially, they have a very strong accent. It's more of a parody of the Canadian accent. Some of my favorite comedic actors are Canadian, Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy. They are in Christopher Guest's films such as Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and A Mighty Wind that are hilarious comedies and feature their Canadian accents. You can also listen to podcasts that have Canadian hosts. SNL After Party has Canadian hosts, and there's one called English Teacher Melanie, where she talks a lot about life in Canada, featuring her very strong Canadian accent. In Quebec, most people speak French, and it's a very strong French accent, Québécois. The city of Montreal is extremely diverse, with large communities of people who have immigrated from Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. It's only a short drive from New York City, so if you're ever there and can make the time, drive up north to Canada. And with today's resources and tips, you'll be able to fit right in. For more strategies that can help you be prepared for your IELTS speaking exam and listening exam when you're going to hear those accents, join our 3 Keys success system, the only one with a guaranteed score increase, and the only one that has a study program for the computer-delivered IELTS exam. Check it out at allearsenglish.com/keys. And if you liked this video, click the like button and share it with your friends.
Bonus tip, get a 7 or higher with the All Ears English app, featuring real-time transcripts and vocabulary practice that will push your score higher. Plus, fun video lessons with Lindsay, Michelle, and Jessica. Download the app today at allearsenglish.com/app.